So here's a good one for you.
Sure.
Everything now, if someone's hearing this, they're like, dude, this guy, man, he's got his business going. He went through the struggles of the business. He's got a great family, wife, kids. He's doing a lot of great things. But what are some of the depends on how really you want to get with this. What are
Sure.
some of the struggles that people don't see behind the scene? Like, yeah, you may see, this is what I have, but here's what we that I have to work through that maybe people who don't have a business have to work through, or
Yeah.
here's some other things that I have to focus on.
I mean, look, like, if everything I just said before sounded like, oh my God, everything is so amazing and just like, rainbows and daisies, it's not. I mean, a tremendous amount of worry, a tremendous amount of stress. That's who I am though, because I care. Those things have, I think, added to the company doing well. I think because I care, because I stress, because I worry, and like both of us, even my part, like because we're going to show up every day, we're going to do the right thing. So, what are the things that I'm dealing with that other people wouldn't, that don't have a company to run? Everything, employee management, talking to employees, personalities. Uh, I mean, that alone, that just
Oh
like if
yeah.
anybody was to say, what is your least favorite thing about being an entrepreneur? Managing people.
Hmm.
And don't get me wrong, I feel like I'm decently good at managing people. It's just that is my least favorite thing for sure. If somebody was to tell me, hey, when you start this thing and in this many years, you're going to have 10, 12, whatever, 15 people looking at you and they need answers and you to lead, but also going back and saying, hey, listen, like, you know, here's the phone policy. I need you to do this. You forgot to do that. Clock. Hey, could you show? Hey, I mean, there's a lot, right? And so it's a lot. Yeah. I mean, like my other job before, I made really good money, and I had nobody to worry about except myself. That
Hmm.
was it. See you later. Oh, you guys have to take out another loan? Doesn't affect me. Oh, you guys are in the red this month? Doesn't affect me. I mean, obviously it could, lay you off later, but that never happened. But it's like, so it's different, right? Um, but that's not to say don't go after, an amazing idea you have, or
Yeah.
because you're basing it around, oh, am I going to be stressed in work? Absolutely. Like,
Yeah, but you're right. These are the things you have to you have to be aware of. You get a call that, hey, not only did somebody not show up at location A, but also location B, his car broke down and he can't make it in today. Like, great, I got two locations that are open right now, and there's nobody to man them. How am
yeah,
I going to figure this out? Well, I had plans to go take the kids over here and spend lunch with my wife. Those are out the window now. I got to go here. I got to call maybe my partner
yeah,
to go over there and take care of that one. It's yeah, the stress that nothing's ever going to be okay. Nothing's happening bad today. There could always be something wrong. You
sure,
got to be ready for it.
sure.
That's a big one. And with that, with managing people, yeah, that is. I can tell you right now, that has always been the most difficult part for me. Whenever I was in a managerial spot, is different personalities. And now we're in a day and age today where the perception is young people, at least, don't want to work. How hard has it been for you to find good
Whew.
people who just want to come in and make a living, do the job, and not cause you any real problems? How
Yeah.
hard has that been?
We've been very fortunate on one side of the business, the food production side and the kind of behind the scenes side of food prep, our kitchen staff, our first employee, our second employee that started with us are still with us. The third and fourth employee that were with us saved up enough after almost 7 or 8 years with us and bought a home back in the Yucatan and were able to like leave. And I remember like our last like dinner I had with him. He was like, dude, like your job gave me the ability to send money home for this last 7, 8 years to build a house for my family. Um, which is like that will never that and it's like it's just such a cool thing, right? That ripple
Mm,
effect of like we created this company's making is like putting a lot of bread on the table for a bunch of people, right? And so that's huge. Okay, front of the house, cashiers, um, Drivers, a different story. So people come, people go. I still feel like we've been fortunate in that sense as well. We have dealt with, a bunch of that, kind of, and I think the Bay Area is definitely, it's like way more magnified here. It's really expensive. It's hard to live here. You're dealing with a bunch of other stuff. Oh, my car got broken into this. I have to commute all the way from here to get to this job just to make this. But I think we've been pretty fortunate in that sense too. We have had our fair share.